Hello, beautiful souls. Today's pick a card reading uses the tarot and oracle cards to bring in messages from the mermaids about your spiritual journey. This pick a card reading is timeless, so whenever you see it is when you are meant to see it. We have pile number 1 with this little shell here. We have pile number 2 with this shell here. We have pile number 3 with this shell. And we have pile number 4 with this shell. All the timestamps for each pile are in the description, as well as all the decks I'm using in this video. I just love mermaids, so I also found some really cool mermaid stuff and have links down there in the description for that too. I will start with pile number 1, and if you need more time to choose a pile, please pause this video until you're ready. Here we go. Okay, my pile number 1, you are the ones that chose this little seashell here. It's just a cute little seashell. Put that up here. And let's see what the mermaids had to say. We have endurance, keep going. We have soul cage. We have energy field adjustment. And we have Atlantis. Okay. All right. So let's see. Endurance is keep going. It's telling you that you are strong. You know, you can go so much further than you believe. It's not time to stop or turn around. You know, it's time to keep going one step at a time. You know, you're being tested, but you can pass this test if you just keep going. It's kind of like you're in that home stretch and you just gotta push through that final stage. Endurance. You have endurance. You are stronger than you know. And then you have soul cage. And soul cage says rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. And the soul cage it's kind of like every lie or every compromise you make to keep the peace. Every time you live in fear instead of loving yourself. It's a cage we place on ourselves. It's our self-limiting beliefs. You know, and it's talking about, this card is telling you to free yourself, at least a little by little by little. You know, take little steps to free yourself and, you know, quit lying to yourself. You know, it can be lying to yourself to fit in with society, but it's freeing yourself to rediscover the joy of freedom, of your true self, your soul. It's that freedom of your soul and your authentic self. So free yourself from all these things that you keep telling yourself that you can't do. You can. You've got the endurance. You've got the strength. You can do that. So then you have energy field adjustment, aura cleansing, and health. Isn't that beautiful? And it's about cleansing your energy and your aura, grounding yourself. And, you know, you can use water or nature, you know, to ground yourself. And it's kind of that when you're going through this adjustment, you're kind of extra sensitive to all the energies around you right now. So it's about being extra careful about making sure that you release and ground the energy that is not your own. Don't take on other people's energy. You know, your energy field is expanding and adjusting at this time, which lends to that extra sensitivity. Beautiful. And then you've got Atlantis, rapid development, excellence, success. Yes. And, you know, this is about your gifts and abilities are being brought forward and heightened right now. You know, especially your intuition, telepathy, healing, connecting to higher powers. Those kinds of abilities are almost like you're remembering them from a past life. And that's coming out now as well. So with these gifts coming in heightened and expanding, it's because your energy field is going through this adjustment and expanding to hold these extra gifts. So you need to stop limiting yourself and know that you can push through this and that you have the strength to endure. Keep going forward. Let's see what else we can do here. We'll do a couple of these cards. Oops. Take that one. Power, yes. Power and endurance. Look at that. Metamorphosis. Perfect. And one more. Just need one more. Love. Beautiful. Okay. Power says, call upon the elements. Focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. Yes, you have that power within yourself. You need to stop lying to yourself and stop limiting yourself, because you're the only one that can limit yourself. You've got all of these abilities coming in, all of this coming in so powerfully. This Atlantis and remembering those times coming in so strongly, and your energy field is expanding and everything is growing, but you're limiting yourself. You're trying to hold yourself back because it's kind of outside of your comfort zone. But this is telling you to endure, to keep going, keep pushing forward, and you have the power to do so. And this also, call upon the elements of water. Water is a major element here. And these are water messages from the mermaids. So, this is very much about going with that flow of how you're feeling and grounding and releasing all of these energies that are not your own. You don't need to hold on to them any longer. You don't need to be limited any longer because you are going through this metamorphosis. Look at that. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. It is. And you are going through this major, major change right now. And that's where you also have to be a little patient with yourself, because, to integrate all of these abilities that are being heightened and brought forward, in order to integrate all of them in, it's going to take a little time. It's going to take some adjustment. So be patient with yourself. And then you have love. Look at that. Listen to your heart. Embrace what makes you happy. There are 1 million reasons to love. It's about living in love and not fear. Fear is what cages you. Fear is what holds you back. And it's releasing that and going with love, going through this change. Let's get some tarot cards and see what else we get here. What else do the mermaids need you to know? Can you clarify any of this? I'll go with that one. The Chariot, yes. This change, this metamorphosis is happening very, very quickly. Set those down. Look at that. Yes, and the Chariot can be being pulled in 2 different directions. You need to guide the Chariot. You need to drive it where you want to go. You need to have that focus and discipline and endurance, to keep going. You decide your fate and which way you want to go. But the Chariot is always fast movement, but it's also self-directed movement. So you decide where you want this to go and stop limiting yourself too. Do you want to live in fear or do you want to live in love? I think you've already decided on love. That's why you're going through such a metamorphosis. That's why your energy field is adjusting so much. And why all these gifts are suddenly being remembered. Okay, I guess we'll take these 2. You've got the 10 of Cups. Look at that. And with love and the 10 of Cups, I mean, this is contentment, happiness. This is emotional happiness and fulfillment. This is wonderful because this is love, and so you may have some new love coming in, a new relationship, something that is very, it could just be a relationship with yourself as well. Once you free yourself from that cage, as you do so, and you become closer to your true self and realize your power and recognize the power within you, then you open yourself up for more love to be in your life. And then you also have the Knight of Pentacles. And that's all about, again, the fast movement. Knights kind of tend to rush into things, but Pentacles are earthy. They're the material realm. They're that, you know, um, physical realm. So it's everything in the physical. So it's that your abilities are being heightened, and then you're able to then manifest it into this physical realm. And it could be new love that you're manifesting. But again, you've got a lot of fast movement here as well. So it's very, very, this may be like something you didn't expect. It could have happened very, very quickly and in a way that, you weren't expecting this, kind of like a sudden Kundalini activation kind of thing. Let's see. We have be fearless. Yes. Be fearless. Live in love. Be fearless. Don't cage yourself. So let's see. Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself over giving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude, without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda or equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people, maybe you. You do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that had convinced you you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We all love you so, so much. Beautiful message there from Spirit. And yes, receiving can be very difficult for some people. Having that vulnerability can be difficult and opening up. But you're going through that metamorphosis right now, and you're seeing that, it's okay, to fill your own cup first. Fill your own cup and then give to others from the overflow. Otherwise, you're just draining yourself. And that's the soul cage when you're doing that. So be true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your abilities. Don't lie to yourself. Don't limit yourself. Live in love, not fear. Be fearless. Beautiful, beautiful messages. But mostly you need to know that you have the endurance and the power to carry on, to keep going. And things are rapidly changing, and you have emotional fulfillment and contentment and just beautiful, beautiful relationships and things coming in for you. I guess that's it for your messages for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so, so much for watching. And until next time, hugs and blessings to you. Okay, my pile number 2, you chose this beautiful shell here. It's very cool looking. There you go. We'll put that up there. Let's see. We have divination, coral's wisdom, vulnerability, and air. Okay. So let's see. Divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, future fortune. Yes. Beautiful. And, this card is letting you know that you're very gifted. Pay attention to the possibilities that you're seeing and receiving. All of these downloads that you're getting, all of the visions that you get, the audio, the hearing, pay attention to all of that. Pay attention to the signs and omens that are around you. You've got all this coming in right now that's coming in. And it's time to practice and train. Do some readings with friends. You can do tarot, you can do oracle just like this. You can do that. But practice with your friends, and you'll be surprised at how good you are. And then coral's wisdom. Colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Yes, beautiful. And coral is very fragile. It's magnificent, living coral. It's about cherishing your wisdom, that it's gained through so many lifetimes of experiences, and then sharing that wisdom with others to help everyone grow and prosper. It's about tuning into your creativity and that transient fragility of all life, that everything is in a cycle. Everything's always changing and evolving, including us. We get older and we're born, we go through puberty and all of that, childhood. Then we become parents ourselves, and then we become elders, and then, we pass on to the other side, and then we start the cycle all over again. But we don't last here forever. This lifetime is short, and it's very much about sharing your experiences, sharing your wisdom. This divination card is all your gifts coming in. And then the coral wisdom is telling you to share that wisdom with others. Practice and train first, because it says works that are created over great periods of time. And that's also part of the whole thing. You gain wisdom over time. And it's also been gained through all of your lifetimes, and all of your experiences add up to your unique wisdom that you have. But it's also training and sharing that wisdom in the right ethical way, not just blurting out, what you think someone wants to hear. It's tuning in to that guidance in a way that that person will hear it, because they may hear you, but they're not listening. I don't know how to put that, but it's sharing it in a way that will be recognized and heard. And then you have vulnerability. Open your heart, allow yourself to be tender. Look at that. Beautiful. We all crave that connection, that understanding and belonging. But we can only create that when we let our walls down and trust. This takes such great inner strength, to share our hearts and our hurt and our vulnerability and our feelings, to even share our feelings at times. It can be very difficult to be vulnerable. But vulnerability is a strength, and you are strong. You're a survivor. You're not a victim. You're a survivor. And it's time to open your heart and trust again. It can be very difficult to do. I'm not saying it's not, but it's time to let your walls down and trust again. You can see for yourself that it's time. You may not want to see that, but it is time. It's time to trust. Trust in spirit and trust in others. Trust in humanity. And then you have air. Breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life-bringing energies. Yes. And air, we need to breathe. What do we breathe? We breathe air. And when we're stressed, our breathing becomes really shallow and quick. And it's time to take a few deep breaths and just release that. Know that you're safe and protected, that the mermaids are there with you, that you are safe. It's about having that safety net. And it's about taking your time and releasing the stress and breathing. Trust This as well is kind of that trust. So you've got to trust enough to be vulnerable, and trust enough to share who you really are. What is your wisdom? Share that with others. It's time. And, it can be hard to do that at times. If you're told that things are always a certain way, but then you're seeing it as different, it can be hard to communicate that, as I'm having a hard time communicating today. It's all about sharing your own heart, your vulnerability, sharing that, and knowing that you are a survivor. You've survived everything to this point. It's time to now open yourself up and trust again. Take some deep breaths. You know, take that time to go within, and, I'm also getting meditate. Take that time to go within, go to your happy place and meditate. Release those fears. It's okay. Share your fears. That's part of the wisdom as well, is sharing your fear and your vulnerability. It doesn't make you weak. It shows your strength, that you trust someone enough to share that with them. That takes real strength. Okay, whoa, it's trying to run away. And yes, you have friendship. Beautiful. Let's see here. You got confidence, yes. And one more. We'll go with that one. It's sticking out. Sanctuary, yes. Okay. So, friendship. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let others go. Yes. If people are dragging you down and aren't supporting you and aren't there for your best interests as well as their own, then that's not really a true friendship. Keep the ones who really support you, who are there for you. But friends also, in order to have that friendship, they have to know the real you. It can't just be a mask that you put on to portray yourself in one way or another. It's that true, genuine authenticity and vulnerability that's what leads to true friendships. Because otherwise, it's a shallow friendship. It's not, and we talk about the shallow breathing. Well, this is a shallow friendship if you're not expressing your true self. And then you have to have the confidence to express your true self. Be bold, rise up and stand tall. Feel the fire in your soul. Yes, it's time to be vulnerable again. Have that strength to be vulnerable again, and trust in your friends. That they will still love you and want to be around you. The ones that really truly connect with you will be there with you. And then you have sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. Yes. When I get this, it always makes me think of meditation. And again, just like with that, it's that taking that time to de-stress, to release whatever has been holding you down. Breathe deeply. And as you do, your body will relax more, and you'll get out of the fight or flight kind of feeling. And it's time to do that. It's time to go within, and it's time to trust. Time to trust in all of the visions and things that you're seeing. All of this is coming through. I think you've been held back because you're a little afraid to trust. It's hard to trust again. And it's hard to show the vulnerability. And yes, you've got the Five of Swords. You've went through a lot of conflict, and it's a lot of fighting your own thinking as well. It's fighting your own thoughts and fears and negative, you've got to love yourself first. And you've really been going through a lot of conflict lately. And that's what might have you feeling extra vulnerable. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. See, you come out of that, rising above it all. And you're the Queen of Cups. She's very mature. She really reminds me of these two. I don't know why, but for some reason it's linked with those. It's linked with your wisdom and your divination. And the Queen of Cups is very emotionally mature. She's very wise. She's very psychic and has those premonitions. And she can help you. And you have that within you because you are her. So it's time to have confidence in your abilities. It's time to trust in yourself and not let fear hold you back. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles. Look at that. And this came out reversed, but I really see this as it's that fragile kind of. The page is kind of vulnerable too, is with that vulnerability. It's kind of that new, they're young. It's kind of like the child. But see, there's wisdom in that as well with that owl there. You've got the wisdom, but it's also new. And it's I think you feel like it's fragile, but it's not. You have this wisdom and this old soul kind of maturity that the page does not have. And it could also be because pentacles are always the physical material realm. It can stand for coins and money. It could be the seeds of new beginnings, of new money coming in, new financial things coming in. And it could have to do with your divination. Maybe you're going to do a video like me. Maybe you're going to read for friends. Maybe you're going to, I don't know. There's a million ways you can go with this, but I feel like it's very much something you'd be very talented at. And yes, then you have the Knight of Wands. And again, the Knights are that fast moving, you're coming out of this conflict very quickly. You're coming out of that. And it's about that creativity. It's about that wonderful creative spark that you have. Imagination. That, I can't find the words that I'm looking for. But it's creative solutions to your problems, basically. And these are going to add some new financial things coming in and new confidence. I feel like new, because the wands are very much fire, that fiery energy. We have water, earth, and fire, and air. Actually, you're very well balanced because you have the air with this conflict. So yes, the wands are very much the fiery energy, that confidence, that fiery confidence. If you look at the colorings, it's that orange sacral center, and so yes, you're coming through this in a new way with some new fire in your belly. You're lit up, and it's going to be good for you because you're coming out of that negative thinking, that cycle of that spiral that you've been in. And now you're going to be moving out of the victim mentality and into the, hey, I survived this. And sharing your story of how you survived this will help others. And it shows your emotional maturity. And it gains. You have new friends because of this. It's beautiful. Let's do one more here. We'll do a postcard here. Oh, well, that's too many, but we'll take the top one. Celebrate life. Yes, beautiful. Celebrate life. Dear you, there are times when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it may seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in free fall, we are here for you, and we can stop you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. Yes, all the elements are in place, and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself that's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. Beautiful. Yes. Those are your messages for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so, so much for watching. And until next time, hugs and blessings to you. Okay, my pile number 3. You chose this little seashell here. Isn't it cute? We'll put that up there. And let's see. You have Time Out, Lemuria Returns, Experiments, and Adrift. Okay. So let's see. The Mermaid's messages to you. Time out. Awareness, contemplation, solitude, time alone. You know, it's time to just take time to observe. Observe your reactions to things and ponder and just be alone with your thoughts. You know, it might be that you're at risk for seeing yourself only in relation to others. So it's about really figuring out who and what you are alone without any interference and without any other influences from others. It's just about figuring yourself out, finding that quiet place alone to just listen to your thoughts, observe your reactions, you know, rediscover yourself, your sovereignty, that kind of thing. All right, and then the mermaids have Lemuria Returns, earthy spirituality, community, and ocean conservation. Isn't that beautiful? And Lemuria, this is all about really simplifying your life, you know, bringing it more into balance with the earth and the natural forces, you know, the moon, the sun, the stars, the planets, trees, rocks, nature, you know, really coming back to simplifying your life. So, you know, it's about spending some time alone and getting to know yourself and then really simplifying your life and going with what's really important to you. Figuring that out and then figuring out how to make that work in your life at this time. And then you have experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. Okay. Now, this seems kind of negative, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling that it's more that you're becoming more aware of all the cruelty in the world, that you're now seeing these connections between all life forms, you know, and it's causing you to simplify things and make more conscious decisions, you know, on what you buy, how you nourish your body, how you nourish yourself spiritually, you know, and it could be that you feel called to step in and advocate and change the cruelty or the wrongness that you see and feel around you. You know, you could be called to change that on some level. But it's really about seeing the ways that you're taking care of yourself, you know, and sometimes it is an experimental process to figure out what works best for you and how to implement that into your life in a simple way, you know, that KISS strategy, keep it simple, you know. And then you've got a drift, letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. And this card is really, you know, about being in a state of surrender, of just going with the flow and letting go of things. You know, it's a state of personal empowerment and self acceptance. and it's trusting in your higher power, and it's trusting that you're doing what is right for you right now. It's that learning that learning the art of not going against the tide, just going with the tide, going with that flow of life and where you're at right now. you know it could be just taking some time and figuring out, trusting in yourself, in your innate knowledge that you have in your body, telling you what you need to nourish yourself, you know, in your spirit. All of that is kind of coming together for you, and you're learning to trust in that and to trust in yourself. But you really need to have that time out, that time alone, to figure all that out, to figure out what needs to be simplified, what needs to be changed, and how you can make your life what works best for you. Let's get some more messages and clarity here from the mermaids and see what else they have to say. Yes, you've got energy. And we have nature. Yes, nature under Lemuria returns. And change. Yes, under experiments. Which to me, experiments really symbolizes change. It's about either changing things you're doing for yourself, or changing how you are in the world, how you show up, or changing things around you, fixing what's broken, I guess. And then, okay, so let's start with energy. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. Yes, it's being open to that energy that's flowing in you. It's being open to just going with that flow and taking that time out for yourself. The world's not going to stop, but it's not going to go without you either. You have to trust in your own innate timing of everything too. It's okay to take some time to figure things out for yourself. Build that energy. And then you have nature. Sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air to remember who you are and where you want to be. Yes, that really symbolizes perfectly this timeout and this Lemuria returns and simplifying everything, and your connection to the earth and nature. That being outside and being in nature will really help revive your spirit, help you to get more in touch with your spiritual side. And then you have change. You're transforming. Let go of the past. Embrace the light and joy of this new day. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. So yes, we've already talked about change. It goes with this experiments. It goes with, the change going on within yourself and trusting yourself and how you're taking care of yourself and really simplifying your life and not being in these complicated situations and these, things that are bringing you down. These experiments and this cruelty that you're seeing around you is bringing you down. And in order to raise your vibrations, it's time to go outside. It's time to go within yourself and really focus on bringing your own energy, filling your own cup. And then you can help others with the overflow of that cup. But it's about trusting that whole process too, that you don't have to always be doing and going, and you can just be for a while. Just be with yourself, be with your thoughts, figure out what's right for you. And that's what's going to really transform you and bring about this change. Let's see. And yes, you've got the Two of Pentacles. It's all about balance. Balancing everything. Balancing what's wrong in the world and your wish to change that with just not necessarily paying so much attention to that news and that negativity. Don't get so caught up in the negativity around the world that you're not able to see your own sovereignty, to feel your own energy and power. It's simplifying all of that and focusing on nature and just how you're taking care of yourself, your body, your everything, your spirituality, your physical, your mental, all of your thoughts and where are your thoughts focused on, but trusting in yourself more than anything and finding that balance with the spirituality and finding that balance with all of this change that you're going through. That's the key. And then, yes, you have the Page of Cups, which is new kind of new love for yourself, really. It's just starting to blossom. And as you simplify things and as you just let go and go with that flow and trusting yourself and feel the flow of energy around you, out in nature, feel the wind, feel the earth under you, feel all of that really on a deep level. And it's that new beginning of really loving and trusting yourself finally. It's overdue. And let's see. And then you have the sun. Yes. Beautiful. So wonderful, beautiful outcomes. The sun is shining. You go outside, feel the sun on your face, feel the sun on you. It's just a wonderful feeling to just simplify it. And you don't have to do anything that costs money. You don't have to do anything outrageous. Just go sit outside for 5 minutes. Feel the sun on you. Feel the wind. Feel the earth. Feel all of that. And let all of that rejuvenate you. And think about things and really observe how you're reacting to things. Trust in yourself and your sovereignty. You're really transforming right now. It's beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. We're going to do one of these for you. And let's see what else the mermaids want you to know today. I'm going to go with that one. You are divine beauty. Look at that. Beautiful. Oops, if I can get it up there. Divine beauty. And that peacock. Dearest you, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on Earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. In your favor? Affirmative, we say, loving you so very much. Yes, beautiful. So the mermaids do want you to know the nature spirits, they're all around you and they're helping you. You definitely have support all around you. Work on your communication, but I think it starts with communication within, how you're really talking to yourself. Are you putting yourself down in your head? Don't do that. Learn ways to be proud of yourself, to feel good about yourself. Build yourself up. There's enough tearing you down in the outside world. Don't be the one tearing yourself down in your head. Simplify things and just go with that flow of energy. Beautiful message from the mermaids today. I love this. You've got the sun coming, you've got all this new beginnings and you're finding that balance. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey you're on. I'm so happy that you chose to let me be a part of that. Thank you so, so much for watching this. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, hugs and blessings to you. Okay, my pile number 4, you chose this beautiful seashell here. It's just a pretty little seashell. Put that up here. And let's see what the mermaids want you to know. Fertility. Okay. The unseen. Okay. Song of the siren. And time and tide. Okay. So let's see here. Start with fertility. Potential, powerful creative energy, initiation energy. Excuse me. So this is about, right now you're going through this initiation, this rebirth. If you look at that baby in the bubble there, in the egg, it's that being reborn. It's showing that you have all of this great potential, and that right now you have the perfect conditions to grow this new life, this new ideas, new project, new dreams. It's a time of abundance and new beginnings. You have that fertility in you right now. Beautiful. And then you have the unseen. Too much is hidden from you. Okay. This is about realizing that you're not seeing everything clearly around you. Think things through really carefully and don't just trust blindly. There could be forces at play that you can't see right now. So things like hidden clauses in contracts, inspections on properties when you're buying, physical checkup, basically a CYA, cover your butt, cover yourself, make sure that all your bases are covered, and don't just trust somebody at their word. Don't give your dream or your new ideas to the wrong person. Kind of keep your cards close, and don't give it away too soon. Let it grow first. If you take the unseen and the fertility, it's about not sharing all of your ideas and projects and new beginnings with others. Just hold them close and let them grow first. Fertilize them, grow them, and then when you know the time is right, then share it with others. But don't let someone else steal your dream. And then you have the song of the siren, the call, summoning, voice to acknowledge. Isn't she beautiful? And, this talks a lot about, you notice her necklace there, the throat chakra. And it may be that you're not trusting your own voice. It could be that you have a blockage in your throat chakra that you need to clear and tune your voice. Your soul has a specific frequency. Tune your voice to your authentic soul's frequency. And then see the impact that you can have. You may need to bring more authority to your voice, or you may need to soften your voice. But tune it to your soul. Tune it to your authenticity. Pay attention to how sound affects you, especially like music and songs and lyrics. How does it affect you and your energy? Pay attention to the sounds around you. That's a big thing. But it may also be with this unseen to speak up for yourself, to watch your own back, take care of yourself, and not trust others so much. I rely more on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say here. And then you've got time and tide, or oceanic spells and rituals. Beautiful. And, this is about, you can make an offering to the sea, take a saltwater bath, put some Epsom salts in your bath water. Cleanse your energy as well as your body when you're taking a bath or a shower. Feel the water and the energy of the water. And, do something that makes you feel sacred and magical. Something that you can feel your own magic within you. Connect with the water. Bless your drinking water and give thanks. Give thanks for your meals. but practice some form of magic. All of that is magic. Magic doesn't have to be any big, long, drawn out ritual or, anything like that. It can be very simple. And sometimes the simplest things are the most meaningful things. But connect with what makes you feel magical. If you feel magical being outside, then go outside for a while. If you feel magical reading a book, read a book. It doesn't have to be anything huge. But because this specifically ties in, tied, wow, that's a Freudian slip. I can't talk today. But because this also ties in so strongly with the ocean, it could be going to the beach. And I feel like it's very much to do with water and cleansing yourself and your energy, and especially with this throat chakra, having a cleansing of your energy in some way will help you to clear all of the blockages and then to feel more magical and to realize your fertility and your potential, because right now you have unlimited potential right now. You can literally do anything, so don't get called off course either by someone's sweet words. Don't let someone talk you into something that goes against what you want, you know, that goes against what you feel is right. Don't get called into that, because the call of the song of the siren, that call could also be something calling you away from your authentic self. And with this unseen, I feel almost like that call of the siren and the unseen is kind of like, don't let someone talk you into something that you're not, that doesn't align with your soul, your frequency. Don't get called into that. Be very clear in how you communicate with others. And pay attention to how words and actions are, because sometimes actions don't line up with words. Someone can say one thing but then turn around and do something else. And in that instance, pay more attention to the feeling that you have about that person. Pay more attention to the little micro signs, those little microaggressions, I guess, is what comes through. Pay attention to their actions more than their words. And then you'll really see the truth behind the situation, and it won't be unseen. Be careful what you share with others. Don't get called into and talked into things that don't feel right to you. Trust yourself. And then you have metamorphosis. Beautiful. Trust the process and be patient. Becoming cannot be rushed. Change is beautiful. Yes. Beautiful change. And right now with this fertility and this metamorphosis, you're just blossoming. And it could be that others are jealous of that too. And that could be part of the not sharing with them. And then you have manifestation. Your dreams have untold energy. Open the door and let them live. Desire and belief are your power. Yes. Yes, exactly what I said. You have unlimited potential right now to manifest anything you want to bring down. You have this power within you naturally, and you're going through this metamorphosis and this change and manifesting. And it's amazing, beautiful. And then you have humor. Laugh at yourself. Lighten your heart. Let nothing steal your happiness. I think this is my favorite card. It is just so cute. The little fairy and the cat fairy and bird and rainbow, everything all tied into this. It's about having fun with yourself. Maybe use music. Find music that's uplifting to your soul, that makes you feel good. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. And really, have fun. Laugh and play. Find that wonder and curiosity and just joy in life. Do something that just makes you laugh. It'll be fun. And that keeps your vibrations high. That, makes you feel good. It raises your vibration. And then you have the High Priestess. Yes. Look at that with that owl. And the High Priestess, this is saying how your spiritual side, this metamorphosis that you're going through, is like this. You're raising your vibrations. You're rising above it all. And you're able now to see more clearly things that you haven't been able to see in the past. And you've got that deep spiritual side to you, with this spells and rituals here and this High Priestess coming out under that. It is time to find your magic, to cleanse yourself. And that one literally jumped up. And it's the Four of Swords. And this is about your thinking. Keep your thoughts positive. Keep your vibrations high. Don't let things drag you down. Look at the difference between this card and this card. If you look at these two cards, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the dark cave, or do you want to be out in the sunlight above it all? Trust in yourself. Change your thinking to love yourself. See your potential, this change that you're going through. See that you can manifest anything. And if you look at the yellows in the two cards here, it's all about that joy of life, laughing at yourself, laughing at everything. There's always something humorous and funny. I can find a million things funny every day. I laugh. And it's how I keep my vibrations high. And then, yes, you have the King of Cups. And he is maturity. He is emotional maturity. He has that emotional IQ, that emotional intelligence and wisdom and balance. But again, he's got that psychic, the psychic abilities, the spiritual. He's very spiritual. And with the king, he's building his legacy. And that's what you have the potential of right now. You're just in this vast change here, this metamorphosis. And it's just, you're able to manifest anything you want at this time. It's beautiful energy. Just keep your vibrations high and your thinking high. I think you already have that potential, but do something that really makes you feel magical, and do it with some humor. It doesn't have to be a real serious thing, Do it with feeling good. Have some music, rock out with whatever makes you feel good. Listen to some music that you like, that makes you dance around and just have fun. If you have kids, they're great to have fun with because they don't have the inhibitions we do as adults. They will dance and laugh, and they find humor in the funniest things, in the silliest things. I have the humor probably of a 5-year-old. And, I can find things funny about anything. He said duty, that kind of thing. It's fun. Try it. And you have live your dreams. Yes, with this fertility, metamorphosis, manifestation, you've got the High Priestess, the King of Cups. This is all about living your dreams. But also, like the rabbit, don't be afraid of your dreams. Don't fear everything around you. Don't fear what you can't see, because you have the ability to just overcome that. That's really not going to affect you unless you choose to share it. So if you choose not to share it, you choose not to deal with that, you can just circumvent that and look at you go. You can bring anything, manifest anything down into the physical. Okay. Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways you could not possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die, only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now, here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want you to trust that this new opportunity for rebirth, you'll be called in two directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present, and you have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope, loving you always. Yes, it's that humor. It's when you're laughing and in that humorous place, enjoying yourself, you're in the present moment. And that is what helps your manifestations, is staying in the present moment. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading that the mermaids wanted to share with you. Beautiful energy. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, hugs and blessings to you.